Next we're going to cut out our pieces for the borders and the corners. For the turquoise, we're going to need 4 3 3/4 times 7 inches. And that's going to be for this particular square right here. I've printed out an extra copy of my borders and my cornerstones, and I've colored those in just so we can see where each fabric is going to be placed. So starting with the turquoise, this strip is 7 inches already, just happened to be cut that way when we did the center squares. So I'm going to do 4 3 3/4 inch. I think I can. This one is 3 1/2. So another quarter. Oh, it's not long enough. Let's go with the bigger one. Three 3/4. It's right there. 1 2 3, and nope, that's 3 1/2. 3/4. There's one. Okay, so I have my 4 strips there. And we need 2 1/2 square, 2 1/4 square. And I probably can only get maybe two out of this piece, and I'll have to get some more fabric. So I'll just show you how to cut those, and then I'll do the other ones off camera. 2 1/4. So I folded the fabric in half, so I'm cutting 2 at one time. 2 1/4 each way. Didn't quite go through. Okay, so those are going to be the center squares for the corners. This will be the center fabric for the borders. Next, for the orange, the rust, we need 4 2 1/2 by 5. And then 4 3 1/4 inch squares. Trim this edge off. Okay, so we're going to use this section right here for the 5 1/2 inch by 2 1/2. Yeah, that's plenty long enough. So we'll do 2 1/2 inch. Or we could have done 5 and then subcut them this way. So whichever way you find is easier, doesn't matter which way these get cut. Yeah, yeah, 2.5, okay. Looking at the wrong one. Okay, so those are all 2.5 inches wide. So I'm going to stack them together, all evened, all lined up to one end, and then subcut to 5 inches. And again, for foundation paper piecing, your cuts do not have to be accurate. Just want to get in that ballpark so you have plenty of fabric to go around all your pieces. Okay, so this particular piece gets subcut into triangles, and that will be these long skinny triangles on the borders. So to subcut them, you need to have opposite directions. So this one has the wide on the left, and this one has the wide end on the right. So one way to do that is to simply put two with the wrong sides together, two with wrong sides together, and then you can cut them all the same way. So I'm going corner to corner, but this is a long rectangle, so it's going to make a long triangle. Then you can see those two are the same, and then these two are opposite. So we end up with 4 going that way and 4 going this way. And those will be our B3s and our B4s. Then we need, let's see, I have some scraps here. 4 that are 3 1/4 square. So I can get 2 out of these. So 3 1/4, 3 1/4. And then these are going to be cut on the diagonal both ways, so that each square now gives us 4 triangles. So I'll need to cut 2 more squares for this to get 8 more triangles. So you can see these go on the corners, and those are the A2, A3, A4, and A5 blocks. So we need 4 for each corner square, and we have 4 corners. So we need a total of 16. So far I have 8. So let's cut, that's the salvage. This is got a little fold in it, but it should be fine. So I'm just going to fold it in half so I can get 2 more squares out of it. Get it to lay. Should turn my iron on. 3 1/4. I've got an edge here that's a little bit shorter, so I need to go up a little bit. Make sure I'm getting 3 1/4 on both squares. This fabric wasn't squared up, so I have to square it up, even it up. Okay, so 2 more 3 1/4 squares. cut both ways on the diagonal, and now we have another 8 triangles. So that's all our orange fabric. Let's get the cream next.